Okay, so one quick thing that I just wanted to show. You can see there's a coax wire cable that comes down off my antenna. The speaker baffle, the backing material is going to go right up against that inner hole. So I'm gonna cut a small notch out of it so so it'll the adhesive will sit up flush against that hole with that cable coming through. Just wanted to throw that in. Okay, so I got the baffle up in there. You can see it's cut to allow that cable to come through, and it actually fit really nicely on that cutout hole. I think it will stick very well. Hopefully over time it doesn't just fall out, but I don't think it will. It seems pretty good. Okay, so I'm gonna cut the flange of the baffle. It's gonna go in the hole right here, right? So you can see I have to cut that flange because the speaker is gonna fit flush on there. So I'm just going to use scissors and just cut this part away, and that'll leave the mounting flange still on the baffle. Okay, so I have cut the flange off the baffle. Here it is. That is going to sit up in the hole, and then this is going to mount right on top of it, and then of course on that will be the grill. So next step is all I have to do, install the speaker wires. Actually, install the baffle first. That's a common mistake, is not putting the baffle up there. Hook up the speaker wires and then just screw the speaker in place. And that's all there is to it. Of course, the existing screw holes from the old speaker don't line up with the new one, but no big deal. We'll just install the new screws, and the speaker will be up. Okay, so I ran into a question on positive and negative polarity on my wires. So I came over, I popped my stereo back out, and just verified that my positive wire over here is the solid color, and then the negative will be the stripe. Okay? And the interesting thing is, I marked these when I pulled them off, and they had the polarity wrong on the speakers when they were originally installed. So I have to ignore my marks. Like I said, the solid white wire is my positive, and the stripe wire is negative. And I did verify over here. I used my multimeter just to check for continuity from this wire over to my connection on the stereo. So now I know I'll have my polarity correct. You want to have that correct so that you get the full dynamic range out of your speakers. While I have you, this is the hole that I cut out last weekend, and there's the mess of wires that are up in there. You kind of have to tuck those out of the way when you put this thing in. It's much larger than the old one, but it still fits just fine. I did have to take the door off because the hinges get in the way of this screw. So, gonna put this back up in. Actually, maybe I'll just leave it out so I can just check the polarity of the wiring as I go. So, gonna pause.